here's one for theater lovers. The Cultural Center of the Philippines is bringing 9 British plays on the big screen this month. CCP Artistic Director Dennis Marasigan tells us more live in the studio. Dennis, thank you for joining us on The Final Word.
Thank you for having me.
So you have exciting news, right? First off, why did the CCP decide to bring plays from the London National Theatre to the Philippines?
Well, it's been a mandate, part of the mandate of Cultural Center of the Philippines to bring foreign talents to the Philippines in case we feel that it's going to help our own cultural development. And since 2009, National Theatre has actually been filming their productions and making them available worldwide. So it's a very cost-efficient way of bringing outstanding productions to the Philippines without necessarily having to bring the entire production. So it gives a chance not only for theater lovers, but also for, I suppose, theater artists also to find out what's been happening, what's being done elsewhere in the world. And the productions of the National Theatre Live have received some kind of recognition as very well filmed. So you feel like you're actually there in the theater watching, and with the advantage that you see the production from multiple views, from multiple places in the theater, as if you were in the theater yourself. Yeah.
So it's a very immersive experience.
Yes.
So
Yes.
briefly, what are the British plays that will be featured in the screenings?
We're opening on Tuesday, September 26th, with the award-winning production of Life of Pi, which won several Olivier Awards during last year's awards, and including Best Play. So that's the first production that we're screening. And this is not the film by Ang Lee. This is the filmed version of the stage production. In the film version, we all know that it was done with green screen. But in the stage production, everything is done live with effects. So it's going to be very interesting for audiences to see how that material, how that book is actually translated onto the live stage.
That's right. So Life of Pi, and then you have 8 others. Just
8
quickly
others.
run through it.
The next play is actually the one-woman show entitled Fleabag by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Most people are familiar with the television series. The television series is actually based on the original play. And the news that we just received is that while we've scheduled that production in October yet, it has sold out already.
Oh, nice.
So in fact, the Ayala Cinemas, which are partnering with in presenting this plays, are going to open up a second showing.
A second showing.
On that same night. So people who are already worried that they can't see the film version of the play in October are going to be happy that there's going to be a second screening.
Wonderful.
Yes. And
okay. So we can actually see the complete list of the screenings, the titles.
Yes, but I'll just run through some of them.
Okay.
We're going to be having The Seagull by Anton Chekhov with Emilia Clarke, Queen Daenerys herself on her maiden stage production as part of the season. Benedict Cumberbatch has 2 productions, one as Frankenstein's monster in Frankenstein and also as Hamlet. And then we have other productions based on Shakespeare's plays, like a modern production of Machado About Nothing, Othello. And then we also have the Crucible, among other plays that are going to be presented. So this is something that is really going to be a treat for theater lovers. Yeah.
So after all of these, this particular run, does the CCP have plans to screen other theatrical or Broadway's classics anytime soon?
If the audience really would like to, then we're going to be talking about having several seasons perhaps afterwards. This is actually something that goes alongside what we've also been doing, which is presenting operas on screen, where we have a tie-up with the Metropolitan Opera HD. We're now on our 8th season, so maybe we can have more seasons like this in the future if there's an audience for it. And from what we're seeing, we think that this is not going to be the first and last season of the CCP National Theatre Live.
Well, that sounds like a very optimistic outlook. But with the spiraling prices of almost every basic need, how will the CCP encourage Filipinos to really continue supporting the arts?
Well, first is we really need more support from everybody, not only from the audiences themselves, but also from corporate sponsors. The idea, of course, anywhere is to figure out a way of bringing all of this to a level that's more affordable for most people. Starting with the National Theatre Live, for example, our ticket prices are going to be less than the usual movie theater prices. Ticket prices for the National Theatre Live is at 250 pesos for the regular tickets and 150 pesos for students.
Oh, wow.
So this is going to be very affordable. If you're going to watch these productions live, that you're going to have to spend much more than that, of course.
Thousands of pesos. But we know that the pandemic really hit creative industries doubly hard. So how are local creatives recovering now?
Ironically, during the pandemic, the creatives did not stop. In fact, I would like to say that if we really think hard about it, the reason that most people survived the pandemic was because of the creatives. We were watching movies, reading literature, listening to music. And so I think that also the recent passage of the Philippine Creative Industry Law will spur our creative industry to do much more and also assure us of government support as well as private sector support.
All right. And what is your outlook for the country's creative scene, moving forward?
We're going to take the world.
We're going to take the world. All right. On that note, thank you for joining us, CCP Artistic Director Dennis Marasigan.
Thank you.